Hello everyone, welcome back to Miss Tao's 9th grade English in the Super Memory for Schools program. Today, let's continue Unit 10, Life on Other Planets, Lesson 3. My dear students, have you ever wondered if there was a flying saucer or not? And do aliens exist? They are interesting questions, aren't they? We will go through some vocabulary related to the topic of aliens and flying saucers. Let's see what those words are. Flying saucer, a trick of light, trace, imagination, mystery. And in the grammar part, I will learn about conditional sentence type 2. It means an unreal conditional sentence at present, also with if clause and main clause. Let's discover today's new words. Some people say that they have seen a flying saucer. Flying saucer. But others say that a flying saucer is a trick of light. A trick of light. Looking at the picture, you can see that the horizontal lines are slanted lines. But actually, these lines are completely parallel lines, all equal. So, why do we look incorrectly? Because our vision is deceived by a trick of light. Likewise, some people see a flying saucer while others think it's by a trick of light, look at the object and see it as a flying saucer. And people said that a flying saucer is just imagination. Imagination. If there was a flying saucer, there would be traces of their landing. Trace. And today, the existence of a flying saucer is still a mystery. Mystery. Let's review new words today. Flying saucer, a trick of light, trace, imagination, mystery. And today in the grammar part, we will learn about conditional sentence type 2. Unreal condition in the present, also with if clause and main clause. Look at the picture. Look at the girl. She has no money. She's not rich. Now she will say a sentence. If I were rich, I would travel around the world. The fact that her richness isn't real at the moment. And today we will learn type 2, conditional sentences. The conditional is not real in the present. What is the present unreal conditional? Conditional sentence type 2, unreal conditions in the present describe present imaginary situations or impossible events in the present or future. Going back to my example sentences, conditional sentence type 2 is the same as conditional sentence type 1 and also has two sides. If clause. If I were rich, main clause, I would travel around the world. In the if clause, what do you think about the verb? The verb which we use is in the simple past. What about the main clause? You see that we use would with the verb base form travel. Here is the formula. If clause, simple past, plus would could, plus verb base form. In addition, please note the verb to be in the conditional sentence type 2, we will use were for all subjects. Now, let's go back to the previous example sentence. If I were rich, I would travel around the world. If the clause is, if I were rich, the main clause is, I would travel around the world. I will change both sides of the sentence. I would travel around the world if I were rich. In this case, if is in the middle of the sentence, so there will be no more commas. Please remember. Next, we will come to the example. If you saw a UFO, what would you do? If you see an unidentified flying object, what will you do? My sentence also has two sides. If clause. If you saw a UFO, main clause, what would you do? In the if clause, I use the past simple verb saw. In the main clause, I use would with the verb base form do. Now I will switch two sides. What would you do if you saw a UFO? In this sentence, if is in the middle of the sentence, so there is no comma in the sentence. Let's review new words and grammar today. Flying saucer. A trick of light. Trace. Imagination. Mystery. And in today's grammar, we learned about conditional sentence type 2. Unreal conditions in the present with two clauses, if clause and main clause. In the if clause, we use simple past. In the main clause, we will use would, could plus verb base form. Today's lesson ends here. I wish you all the best in your studies. See you again in Miss Tao's next English class in the Super Memory for Schools program. Goodbye and see you later.